Hi guys. So I think everyone is enjoying the AI drama. So there is a loop being created here. So OpenAI comes with one of their model, then Gemini, then Anthropic. That's going in a loop. Because GPT have released their GPT 5, 5.1. Gemini has come with their Gemini 3 Pro and the nanobanana Pro. That's also cool. And finally Anthropic coming with the Opus 4.5. Yeah, but I think Opus 4.5 is still costly, but let's see how it goes. What do you think, which one you will use? But not going deep to those things, let's come into our topic of the video, that is Gemini RAG. So what is this? So Gemini, apart from releasing their models the Gemini 3 Pro and the image models, they have also released something called file search tool inside the Gemini API. So if you might have heard about and know the architecture of a RAG, that is retrieval-augmented generation, that we use for like semantic search, let me go through that a bit before diving to the code. So what happens is generally, let me explain a bit about this. So Gemini RAG. So what happens in a RAG? So first of all, when we use RAG, so RAG is used to, suppose you have a PDF and you want to you have a PDF of around lot of pages, like 100 200 pages, a lot of pages are there, and you want to query the AI about something which is written in that PDF. So AI will not have the context of this the PDF, right? Because AI is trained on something other data, like maybe like a lot of other data, the data around the world, but will not have the data of your own PDF, right? So for that you need RAG. So that is retrieval augmented generation. So what you do is you retrieve you do a semantic search kind of thing. You retrieve the relevant kind of documents and then fed to AI, and then AI gives us the response. That is called retrieval augmented generation. So let's first see how it happens in a brief way. So I'll not go too deep. So the people who already know RAG will be very familiar. I will be going to how to use Gemini RAG just after giving an overview of this. So yeah, wait a bit. What happens is generally we have PDF. Suppose I have a PDF of wedding dates of my friends. So first what we need to do is this is around, suppose, 100 200 pages. So we need to, there are a lot of text, so we need to cut the text and chunk them, and then those chunks, suppose very few tokens, suppose 250 tokens each chunk, or 500 tokens each chunk. So we need to break the full text inside the PDF into smaller chunks, like around 500 tokens maybe. So these chunks, then you need to convert them into embeddings, an array of numbers, but not going too deep. So you need to convert the chunks into vector embeddings. And how will you do this? Using LLM, not LLM models, embedding models. Yeah, like Gemini have their own embedding models, OpenAI have their embedding models, and also there are open source embedding models also, but not going into this. So you need to convert the chunks into embeddings, and then you need to store those embeddings into vector database. Vector database is not like a traditional database like SQL or NoSQL, not like that. It's it's used for semantic search or like cosine similarity kind of thing. So what happens is, you have done all this process of converting into chunks, embeddings, and storing into vector database. Then what happens is, suppose I am querying that this is the PDF of my friend's wedding dates, right? So I am searching that which date was Rahul's wedding, or which date is Rahul's wedding. So Rahul is my friend, and I am querying which one is Rahul's wedding. So the LLM, that is, suppose I'm using OpenAI, will not know the date because it's not trained on that. So what happens is, we give the this query, and we convert this query into embedding. So we also need to convert this query into embeddings. So what happens is, this query does a vector search or similarity search with the embeddings into this vector DB. Then we get the relevant chunks. So suppose in my PDF there was written about Rahul's wedding was something. So we get that relevant chunk. Suppose there are 3 lines. Which was written about Rahul's wedding, and we get those relevant chunks, and finally we pass that into the LLM, and the LLM gives us the response, because we gave the lines, we gave the text to the LLM. Now LLM has the context, it gives the response. That is how simple, like it's not simple, but yeah, that is how a RAG is, that is retrieval augmented generation. But Gemini does, like, you don't need to go through all this now. So what happens is, what happened, Gemini released their own file store. So now what you need to do is just put the PDF into the file store that the Gemini provides, not Gemini, like overall Google provides. You just need to upload this into the like file store, and then you just ask about you just ask about your query, and you just need to have, like, give the file store name. That's all you give to Gemini, and Gemini gives the response. So like it gives, like, it's much more easier than before. So you don't need to like go through whole this process of chunking, embedding, converting to embedding, storing to your own vector database, and querying like this, like vector search, similarity search. You don't have to do all this step, and you can directly use this step given by the Gemini. So yeah, let me show you. Yeah, everything you can go through this, they have released. And let me also go to the pricing. So the rate limits are I think, yeah, maximum file size is 100 MB, and total size of the project file store. So the file store, if you are on free tier, it's 1 GB. If you are tier 1, this thing, tier 2 this, tier 3 this, you can go through all this. And the pricing is, for now, for storage is free. Storage is totally free. You just, like, you are charged only for the embedding model. So let me show you which thing. So you are only charged for this step, that is converting chunks into embeddings via the Gemini embedding models. So under the hood, like for this process also, under the hood, this thing happens, right? So you are only charged for converting chunks into vector embeddings. So that's not a very high price. And the retrieval document tokens are charged as regular. So yeah, it's generally the Gemini API. So you are charged only for the like embedding model. Yeah, that's all. So after this, let's go dive into the code. Okay, so yeah, this is let me contract this down, and this is a simple, let me show you. It's a simple rack, like for showing how it works. I have created this demo. So what you need to do is just choose your file. So let me choose suppose my resume, and I upload this in a file store. I'll show you the code, how it happens. And it's saying uploading, and let's wait a bit. Yep, the file uploaded successfully. And let's ask about what are the skills of the Surya. Let's ask. In my resume, of course, I have written my skills, so it's processing. So everything is done by this Gemini RAG. So yeah, you can see the Surya plus wide range of technical skills, language, JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, front end, back end, all these things. I have written on my resume exactly the same thing. So what it did is it done the retrieval, then it gave the Gemini about the context, and the Gemini gave us the result, all behind the scenes. So it's very simple. So let's go to the code, and the JSX for this is very simple. You can go through this. I will be posting the repo on the description. You'll find the link of the GitHub repo. And yeah, and like we have two functions on the front end side. We have two functions, that is file upload and the ask questions. So what happens inside this is we are taking the file that is inside the form data. We are taking the file and uploading using I'm using serveractions, NextJS serveractions. So I'll go through the upload file. So during handle file upload, we are just calling the file upload file, and appending the file into the as a parameter. And inside the handle questions is just like calling the ask question with the question we have. So let's go to the server action file. What happens inside upload file? Let's see. So inside this upload file function, what happens? We get the file from the form data. So we get the file from the form data, and we check is there any file search stored. So for now, I have given a global variable of file search store name. So yeah, if file search store name is not there, then we create the file search store using this function. So what happens inside is just simple, very simple. You can see if not equal to file search store name is ai.filesearchstores.create with a display name of rag file store. So this AI is just a client of Google Gemini. So you just need to give your API key, Google API key. You can find it on the AI Studio, and you can create the AI client, and using that client you can create the file search store, and then after the file search store is ready, you can just do the operation. So ai.fileservstore.upload file. So you just give the file as blob, and the operation, like until the operation is done, you just wait with the set timeout. After it is done, success true, file uploaded successfully. Cool, that's super easy. And then when it comes to asking questions, so you can see on the front end I have called the server action, that is ask question with the question. So we are receiving the question here, and very easy, response equals to ai dot models dot generate content, like how the Gemini, like the Gemini of Google works. You have to install this first, Google Gemini library, and yeah, you just need to call the generate content function, and you can choose the model, and the contents will be question, and in the tools you just need to mention the file search store name. So file search store names equals to, you can like mention more than one because it's an array, right? So I have mentioned one, but you can give more than one store names. So yeah, suppose you have few PDFs on your this store, you have another store for other PDFs, so all this you can bunch of them, like you can give it inside this array, and it will give us the response, and success true, answer is response dot text. That's all. So you can see how easy it is. So you can use this inside your workflow. It's very simple and very easy. I have shown you, and I think OpenAI also have a similar kind of thing, so you can go with both of them, any of them. And yeah, that's a great way to handle RAG, like not handle RAG. Yeah, and do let me know what other topics I should make technical deep dive videos. And yeah, if you like the video, do give it a like, share, subscribe, and all those stuff. And let's see in our next video. Till then, peace.